Hello there, viewer. Welcome to the introduction for the Consuming Shadow, the second run, apparently this October 2023. I can't seem to record this episode without the beginning here without going on tangents and talking about things that would delay us playing this game for like 15 minutes or so. So as quick as I can say these things, I apologize for the length of time between this video and the last one. Real life is quite chaotic for me at the moment. I'm dealing with some pretty horrendous health issues, and things are not improving. I could very well not be recording any more video games very soon. And there won't be anything I can do to rectify the situation other than pray. So, I apologize that it took so long to get another one of these uploaded. Anything else I say about that is going to take too long to explain. So, hopefully my apology can be accepted. And now let's go ahead and start us up another run through the Consuming Shadow. You guys know the drill as well. Scholar. It's my favorite one to use. Gives me an excuse to have potentially 2 episodes of this for the final run of the game. So, let's go ahead and do it. Terrifying visions of the ancients swim through my mind, combined with visions of Stonehenge. I estimate 3 days before the barrier breaks down and one of them invades. One hope remains, the ritual of banishment. 4 runes, encanted at Stonehenge, will close the gateway. The trouble is, I don't know what the ritual is. If I investigate the strange events heralding the shadow, maybe I could piece it together. That's all I have. A maybe. 8 birth stars. Let's. Oh wow! Lock, pick, chance, and melee damage are on top of each other. That's nice. Can I get 10 and 20? I cannot. All right, so let's go with 20 melee damage, 9. Then we could just dump all our birth stars here and one-hit things. But I like spreading my stars out. So let's look for where another star is. Ooh. We'll take melee damage plus 20. Can we get another random spell chance? Where is that? It's up here. Let's go for that. 20 more melee damage, 1% spell random chance, some more sanity. Anything over here? Health and research points. I guess we'll take a star between those. No increased car speed this time around. We'll take a flat crab. We'll take a little more melee damage, lockpick, and random spell chance. I think we'll grab melee damage and sanity. We'll take flat sanity and... Or actually, we'll take sanity and spell chance. And our final star. I guess there's no reason not to take even more melee damage, is there? Let's grab lockpick 14% and more 5% melee damage. Alright, there we go. Let's do it. 33 health, 32 sanity, 5% random spell chance, 29% chance of lockpicking, extra chance, 78% more melee damage. We're whipping things to death with our pistol. Let's do it. You have received a text on the Ministry of Occultism. Look for intel in cursed towns. Restock at safe towns. Castleham should probably be your best place to start. Alright, well, let's not waste any time. Let's go and try to stop the shadow. You know, I've never tried going to a safe place to start. I generally always make a beeline for the first place the Ministry of Occultism sends to me, so that I can actually make progress towards unlocking who's doing this, and or what the rune is. The shadow has a definite foothold in Twingate, and it's going to make its move soon. There's some extra cash in it, for you, if you're willing. We'll definitely go there. I think we are going to ignore this family member's message. Maybe I think we do this alone, if we can. The people of this town have been welcoming, perhaps too much so. They smile but rarely blink, and invite me to some private meeting place within minutes of conversation. Some unaffected ones pull me aside and warn me off. Many have been taken, they say, and return changed. The smiling ones all wear gloves and baggy clothing buttoned to the neck, as if their flesh must remain hidden. Everything points to some kind of evil consciousness, a dark, controlling presence buried somewhere out of sight, puppeting and perverting. The common factor between the afflicted ones and the membership is a mansion-like secret society dating back centuries. Their meeting place is barely a secret, the private residence of its current Grand Master. The house is in the upmarket district, a grand classical mansion in a state of slight disrepair. The society are meeting tonight, it seems, and the door is wide open. It will not be a better opportunity. Please don't be defeated, big creature. Please don't be defeated, big creature. Please don't be defeated, big creature. Darn it! That's exactly what we have to do. Alright, we're gonna fill it with bullets. There's only 3 lockpicks. I'd rather save them at the moment. 2 standard rounds. Well, we can't hold those. I have a bad feeling about that room. We have to search it. There's something in it. When written together, the syllables shimang seem to take on the meaning of to open what is tightly shut. Perhaps some kind of psychological metaphor? Set of keys.
Goodness, I hate you.
The god identified by the EU rune does not appear to be physically able to survive in our universe. The threat it poses to us is very real, but thankfully indirect. The god identified by EU is not the invading god. Unless there's anything more to loot to be found, I can safely call this operation complete. Time to go. That was awful. Oh, we didn't take any sanity loss, though, fighting it. We just got beat the heck up. Actually, it wasn't that bad. We did lose all our bullets. There was a dented old cash box here containing around 6 pounds and change. And again, we have all that extra melee damage, right? I really like that. It looks like that thing's giving birth to those things with its legs open, for example. That's really disturbing. The townsfolk are not immediately better off with the extermination of the creature behind their enslavement. There have been several murders and suicides already, yet as the memories of their actions return. The best thing I can do for them now is leave them to heal. Ooh, Twin Gates, far away. We're gonna try to make a beeline for it, stopping by these towns on the way. It's 10 hours until that event occurs, and we get paid effectively to do what we just did. Lawworth looks like it's corrupted, so let's enter here on our way. I feel a crackling in the depths of my inner ears as the backs of my palms are itching, all of which indicates the presence of magical energy. It must have leaked through in great amounts from the outlying realms. This town must be home to a rift, one of the tears in the fabric of our universe, through which bleeds the dark influence of realms beyond. Unfortunately, what can be opened by the same corrosive energies can be closed. Casting magic has its difficulties, but tracing it is straightforward enough. Just isolate the strands of magical energy, the appearances of otherworldly creatures, then triangulate the point they are all moving away from. One brief touch of a particularly active ley line indicates an unassuming brick building, part of an ancient terrace of condemned houses. When I open the door to enter, the blast of escaping magical energy almost throws me off my feet. There was a discarded exhaust muffler inside, which I decided I could make use of, so that isn't useful where we currently are. But that will reduce the encounters we have while we're in the vehicle. Set of keys. We'll go down again. Ooh. Another victim of the shadow. The poor wretch's limbs have been broken and twisted into hideous angles. It must have been a painful end. So that's enough for us to know that the aspect of pain is present. Now, if this is where we are supposed to go, then we could end up being hunted as we search the rest of this house. For the sake of you viewers, we'll do it. Okay. Actually, we'll poke at that. We'll look at. We won't do it. We won't do it. I'm too much of a scaredy cat to do it. Two unfired hollow point bullets. Two armor-piercing rounds. And nothing in the other room. Okay. I do wonder if the creatures that you find hint as to what's invading, but I don't think they're linked to any particular aspect. Ooh, that was a big hit we took. A lockpick. I went the direction I did go in, because if I appeared right next to the rift, we might have spawned a monster. And I did not want that to occur. Most of the engraving was too weathered to read the full banishment mantra, but the first syllable almost certainly was the syllable U. Nothing left for me here. I can escape now by the same way I came in. Ooh, I saw that. There was something big over there. I don't think we're being hunted. Three unfired hollow point rounds. Very nice way to end it. With the rift closed, the endless ringing buzz has been replaced by the deathly quiet of a deserted ghost town. Still, ghosts are preferable to what resided here when I first arrived. I hurry back to the car. We're a little wounded. There's no reason not to heal ourselves. And let's go to Bilston next. Let's find the muffler we get an encounter. I am greeted with a startling scene in the middle of the road. A large man, clutching a large and vicious kitchen knife, stands over a terrified woman, apparently his spouse. He announces that he is convinced that she is possessed by the darkness, something I cannot verify from where I stand. He moves to stab her through the heart. I have only seconds to act. Inspect the wife. I clearly see that the husband may not be as hysterical as he seemed. His wife's skin is an unnatural shade of greenish beige, and her eyes are rolled back into her head. My presence must have made him hesitate, however, as a newly sprouted limb manages to get the knife away from him, then return it violently to his throat. I prepare to make amends for my meddling. Whew, 3 bullets. The monsters are dead, and there is nothing more for me here. I return to the car. I've wasted enough time. Never had that encounter before. Oh, this place is also consumed by the shadow. I kind of want to spend some money on another item, but we're here. Let's do it. The taint upon this town brings to mind the work of a medieval plague. Everywhere I look, I see eyes dropped and jaws slack in silent wails of anguished torment. I saw a tarpaulin in the street, covering a huge mass from which something that may have once been a limb extrudes. Something far worse than a mere generalized taint has caused this. This is all coming from a source. A loose, poorly handled magical artifact left to leak its foul energies to everything around it. Reports indicate that the strange events began after the police raided an abandoned house. A number of artifacts were seized. The facility the police uses for evidence storage may be my next destination. I have to recover it, and I have to recover it now. Thankfully, the vile air in this place makes my mind heavy and confused, which goes some way to suppress the aching terror I should feel with the prospect. Anyone finds anything in this place. It all looks so jumbled. That's going to be an awkward run out of this location too, by the way. Three unfired hollow point rounds. We're maxed out on those. 3 normal bullets. We're maxed out on those too. Wow, just like that. We went from no bullets to plenty of them. There's something left in that room. A body lies at my feet. Their body appears unharmed, but the face is contorted to a silent scream of agony. More pain. There is something in that room. We need to see what it is. 6 pounds. There could be a spell, there could be a hint as to what god it is, like written on something. Though I think it depends on where you go. I think in warehouses we find more ammunition, for example. It's a shame that we can't plan our route upon what it is that's around us. Like, only when we actually investigate further does I think the game determine what it is we're going to be investigating. 2 more standard rounds. A lockpick. The Adding rune has been inscribed on the wall here in purple. A generic prayer to a god. Not necessarily the god perverting this place. It could be intended for an associated deity. There was a wave of recognition that I found strangely disturbing as I incanted the spell by the rune. A key ring. Okay, well, we know where that goes. I guess let's do it now. We're right here. The syllable shim had many uses in the language of the ancients, most notably as the second symbol of the notorious dispel, purported to be powerful enough to banish a god. Oh, okay, being hunted, we gotta run. This is the wrong way. I think this is the ghost that's chasing us. Right there, we can't stay. I think you can defeat these creatures, but I've never attempted to. It's just I've never felt it's worth the effort. Some horrific things can happen to you if the hunter actually kills you or gets to you, right? We discovered that many years ago with that big face that grabbed us. So, oh my god, we don't want to actually meet it or stand toe to toe with it if it has toes. The town is lost to the shadow, and nothing I could have done can change that. But perhaps, with what I have recovered here, this will finally be the last. Alright, Alright, so far so good. We actually did that with only losing a little bit of sanity right there at the very end. You've received a text from an unknown number. We'll ignore all numbers, I think, during this run. Except for the administrative occultism. Twin Gate. Twin Gate is currently safe, but that's because there's something that needs to be investigated. This place would fall to the shadow. I am brought to the problematic area and told that payment will be made once the problem is dealt with. I don't think the locals fully understand what kind of presence is in their town, but they showed much relief and gratitude as I made my way inside. Large creature bewitching the town. Alright, well we have hollow points if it's another one of those birthing monsters. It's not here. Strangely, each of the tribes I've studied independently link the names of Chozo and Nyx, the implication being that those two have a close bond, perhaps as siblings, or consorts, or both. Okay. We will leave that yet well... yeah, we'll leave that at the moment unplaced. I'm still not very good at these. £2. I have been a prisoner of the cult of Sho for weeks. There's some other god they're trying to appease. They keep chanting Aang, Aang, Aang. Please send help. Chozo is allied with the god identified by the Aang rune. So that gives us... Sho is allied with the god identified with the Aang rune. So that would be Nyx, then, right? That's what we've learned. No, we don't... not Invader... All we know is that Nyx is Aang, right? Let's go with that at the moment. A body lies at my feet. Their body is torn to ribbons. While my forensic skills are rusty, I swear the wounds were self-inflicted. I hate these things. Good timing, I don't have that. 2 unfired hollow point rounds. In the language of the ancients, the syllable shim is usually given to a name, but has also variously been written to denote the concepts of suffering, pain, and injury. Shim is associated with the concept of pain. That was awful, but we did it. To my horror, after the priest in the center of the circle incanted the phrase Shimu, every unfortunate prisoner he had gathered around him mysteriously died in violent, explosive manners that haunt my nightmares to this day. I hate this so much. Anxiety. We won't aim straight now. We should absolutely continue to investigate this place. We're getting lots of hints and clues here. I don't think we found the keys yet. Three standard rounds. Oh, no, we must have found the keys. There's nothing left for us to search. Or it's just a locked door. I don't think I've ever found just a plain old locked door before. The animosity is rooted in the suffering reportedly endured by a worshipper of Yushag while captured by the cult of Nyx. Nyx worshippers seem to tell the story the other way around. So Cho is an ally of Aang. Cho is the ally of Nyx. So Yushag... Look at this again. Yushag is the enemy of Nyx. Cho is allied. So Cho and Nyx... Cho and Nyx are allies. EU is not the invading god. So I think this is accurate. So just like that, we know who the invading god is, and I think it's Yushag. That was important enough that I'm glad we used the lockpicks there. Yeah, that was really worth it. I'm glad we succeeded, actually. The people waiting for me outside seem determined not to ask questions. Upon my assurance the problem is resolved, they pay without quibble. I wonder if this will be the last time I visit this town. It will be. I think. I feel quite buoyed by the clean air here, and the people are friendly enough. It can only be a matter of time before they catch the Shadow's attention. We're gonna heal up to full, which will probably use all our supplies. It does. Then we will re-enter the town because I want to find supplies. Actually, we need to visit the hospital first. I found a small walk-in clinic for homeless people that will treat me. A proper hospital would be unthinkable, so let's refill our med kit. And then find supplies. I've lost another precious hour, but I finally found a black market dealer willing to take my money. So, we just need armor-piercing rounds, right? From here? Let's buy 2. Do we need the pentagram necklace? We know 2 spells. The unlocking spell. Yeah, you know what? Let's take it. And we have time to go to one more city, I think, in this episode. So let's go to Omsal. We're ignoring all numbers, except for the Ministry of Occultism. There's fighting on the streets of Watero. They could use some hands-on assistance. Don't expect a warm welcome there if you let this slide. Where is that? Okay, we're kind of heading in that direction. And this place is not consumed by the Shadow. The town is calm and peaceful, oblivious of the Shadow. My heart feels pained and heavy as I am confronted by what we stand to lose here if I fail in my mission. Let's find supplies. After an hour, I found us following items for sale from individuals content not to ask questions. We'll take the breathing mask. And Sax Hope. Let's get to another town. There's a short traffic jam on the motorway. Not a major one. I should be moving again within minutes, but I take the opportunity to get out for a moment to stretch my legs. Other families have had the same idea. A couple are arguing around the car in front, and their young daughter, clad in pajamas and a hastily thrown-on coat, ask me if everything's going to be alright. Be reassuring. I pretend that I have misunderstood the question and tell the girl that her parents are arguing over nothing, and it doesn't mean that they don't love each other less. She nods, slightly puzzled, and leaves me alone. Shortly afterwards, the traffic starts moving again, and the family go on their way. I wonder how differently this encounter could have gone. I'm glad we didn't get a negative result from that. I think that's a pretty big sanity loss if things go badly there. And yet another town that's not consumed by the shadow. Let's stop in. Oh, actually, we don't need anything here. We could look for supplies, but I don't want to burn another hour. So... let's go to Waterrow. We'll do this, and then we'll call it a session. As soon as I arrive, I see creatures of the shadow infesting the streets, attacking wantonly. The people are making valiant effort to fight them off, but the struggle could go either way. I prepare to lend my effort to the resistance. 3 pounds. Oh, come on. Not, 2 bullets. Thankfully, my small contribution has made enough to turn the tide. I am able to give advice on future defense. The local authorities are grateful, and when I none too discreetly mention the posted reward, seem happy to pay it promptly. This place is also safe. We got really hurt there. We used to have our supplies. What the heck? All right. Well, viewer, let's stop here, and we'll wrap up this episode in the next one, assuming I get an opportunity to record it. So, thank you again for watching, everyone, and maybe I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.